Hi everyone, this is a short video about ILCs for 2024. So, Innovative Learning Communities, ILCs. We're going to be designing these around our learning forums in 2024, which, as you know, are focused on those learning spotlights, differentiation, technology, and the finest material, life-worthy learning. But you'll notice that yellow quadrant, and that is collaboration. And ILCs are all about collaboration. I've sent you out the program of our learning forums this year, which you can have a look at. It's also on that lovely little leaflet that marketing have produced for us all. The aims of ILCs are to encourage collaboration that is useful to our practice, to establish an effective model to introduce positive change, and to create an innovative environment where new practice is valued, embraced, and enjoyed. So, what is an ILC, particularly relevant for new staff who have arrived this year and perhaps last year? An ILC is a group of 3 to 7 staff members who work together on a project for the year. But they work using this system that we've designed to make sure the work is purposeful and it actually has a measurable outcome at the end. And it goes through 4 phases: our analysis and research phase, which we're just about to start, our ideation phase, where we're really thinking about, well, what are we going to do now we've done our research, our implementation phase, where we're actually doing the work with those students in front of us, and finally, we share success when we go through our assessment and sharing phase. ILCs this year, I'd like to be a bit more strict around linking them to our learning spotlights, making sure that all ILCs have a really clear purpose that's linked to the school's goals. What are our learning spotlights? Well, they're differentiating learning for all students. They're using technology effectively, and they're also teaching the finest life-worthy material. So a real curriculum focus for that third one. So if you're looking at our ILC format, you'll see that we're going to begin with number 1, our vision and focus. We believe in a school where what? What do you believe in? What do you actually want to happen? And if we're thinking about linking it directly to one of those learning spotlights, think about being quite specific. So not saying we believe in a school where there's good differentiation, but saying we believe in a school where there are specific differentiated tasks in Year 9 Humanities in Term 3. And then that could be a differentiation focus where you're actually creating these new differentiated tasks that stretch those high ability students and that cater for those students that might need a bit of extra help. If you're thinking about the technology focus, perhaps you're thinking to yourself, we believe in a school where we are using our device to inspire our students in Year 3, and think about, well, what apps will really inspire them and make them interested in a particular part of the study of Year 3. If you're thinking about the curriculum focus, probably the easiest one, we believe in a school where we have an innovative and inspiring Year 8 history curriculum in Term 2. And then you can spend your ILC time writing with maybe 2 or 3 other Year 8 history teachers that new curriculum, looking at resources, looking at making it inspiring and interesting. So the key point about ILCs is that we're linking them to our learning spotlights, but we're also doing work that we would have wanted to do anyway. So we're not creating something brand new. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're actually doing the work that we knew we'd have to do. Action points going forward. I'd like you to consider what learning spotlight you'd like to focus on this year. Is there something really interesting in that technology piece that you'd like to focus on that Mr. Barlow will be talking to us about on the 4th of March? Is there something in differentiation or in curriculum development going forward that you'd like to spend that ILC time doing? Once you've made that little decision yourself, talk to your colleagues. Are there other people who are also interested in working with you on that? And then we get into the forming of our groups. In terms of forming groups, it would be fantastic if we're in groups that work across the college. I always love that when there's a Year 5 teacher, a Year 3 teacher, and maybe a Year 10 teacher, all thinking about a particular use of technology or maybe even a differentiation strategy in those classes. But I know that's not always possible. So it's up to you. Form groups with the people that you feel would be most useful to work with going forward. And one person in that group needs to be the key go-to person, the person that I send my emails to, the person who's ostensibly a bit of a leader of the group and setting the direction for the ILC as the year progresses. Once you've formed those groups and you've had this idea, that lead person needs to fill in the application form, of which there is a link in the email. It also requires you to put down the names of the other people in the group. So please fill in the application form, not just for you, but for the 3 or 4 other people that might have come and chatted to you and said, can I be in this ILC? And then you don't have to do too much more. It requires a very basic outline, but I'm completely aware that you won't have decided exactly what you want to do for the whole year. I'd like everybody to have an idea of what you want to do by the 4th of March. That's our first learning forum in a couple of weeks' time. ILCs, particularly in 2022, were really, really successful because they brought staff members together to work on really creative and interesting projects. And you could see that noticeable, measurable change at the school going forward. So it would be great to see that again in 2024. Please find those group members, find what you're interested in doing, and send me in the application form as soon as you can.